usually do a like a little short, whatever like that, like the 3 minute ones and stuff like that. But a lot of times you feel yourself racing the clock in the 3 minute shorts. Ironically, you think that 3 minutes is enough time, but it's really not. Not when you got different thoughts about a subject. In this particular topic, man, we're gonna talk about Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm probably going to crack a few jokes in the mix of this, but overall, it's not really funny, right? As a father of two girls, people used to always tell me when I was younger that I was going to have girls because of the way that I was moving and shaking, right? And sure enough, I had two girls. So, being a father of two girls, anytime you hear any domestic abuse allegations from any man, it's a bit disturbing, right? And I believe in due process. I believe everybody should have their day in court and things like that, right? But in the case of Gervonta Davis, who also is entitled to his day in court, problem with that is, Gervonta Davis has a pattern, and his fans keep saying, "Let it go to court, let it go to court," right? And they think because if it goes to court or if it was dismissed or it settles out of court, that means he's innocent or he didn't do anything, or because the accuser is trying to get money out of this thing, that you know she's trying to get money out of it, and that's all it's about. It's just a cash grab, and it could be a cash grab. But the problem is Gervonta Davis keeps putting himself in position to allow people to keep coming up off of his wallet. Um, the one incident we saw where he grabbed the girl by her shirt collar. I'm not gonna say her neck because I don't remember if it was her neck, and I don't think it was like her flesh, like her actual flesh. But nonetheless, he dragged the girl out of the gym by her shirt collar, and we saw that he was aggressive as heck, dealing with her. And this is just in the public eye. And I always say, if somebody is comfortable enough to do that to somebody in the eyes of the public, it's really no telling what that person is susceptible to do, behind closed doors, behind the walls of their home, right? And like I said, he has a pattern of this. This is not new. This is something that he's been doing for a while. And in our culture, in our black community, one of the things that I hate is when well, excuse me, one of the things that I hate is when one of our people does something and we start talking about it. They turn it into like, oh, well, you just want to see a black man fail, and look at you preying on his downfall, and you want him. I don't particularly care if it was Gervonta Davis or Charles Davis. If you are in the news for beating up women and things like that, then more than likely it's just you're going to eventually lose the grace of let the facts play out, and people going to start looking at you funny, right? If I invite a thief over my house who's been accused of stealing by multiple people, he never got caught stealing, but everybody in the circle is like, yo, that dude be stealing, bro. And then you invite this dude to your house, and you had your watch on your dining room table, and then your watch is missing. I mean, maybe he didn't do it, maybe he misplaced it, but the facts are going to point at the person who generally steals from people, right? He's a thief, and you're going to think the worst of that person, like, automatically. So, but it might be that one time where he didn't steal the watch. The watch you might have been like, oh shit, I put the watch in my drawer next to my dresser, and you forgot because maybe you were out drinking or something like that. You know what I mean? Who knows? So I'm just saying, when you put yourself in these positions, you slowly but surely remove the benefit of doubt, and that's what Gervonta Davis has done. And I watched some of these content creators, yesterday, and I got a good laugh out of it. It says, let the facts play out. Let the facts play out. No, we're not going to keep playing this game. And the last girl lied on him. And it was proven because she withdrew the charges. Let me tell you what happened, right? In my experience in the this field of domestic violence and everything else, I'm not experienced from beating women. I'm experienced from previous life, previous career and things like that, that I have, a good amount of information and knowledge on these topics. Very, very knowledgeable on these topics. And this is a topic that none of you niggas can really debate me on. And I will welcome anybody to try to challenge me on anything like seriously related to conversations or arguments about law. Anybody, I challenge you to. Like, I don't really say a whole lot, but I challenge anybody. So yeah, these dudes sit up there every day and they talk about how, oh, the last girl dropped the charges. Let me tell you what happened with the last girl. It was this kid's mom, the girl Nessa, or whatever her name is. So how this works is, Gervonta Davis had a fight coming up, and he's a multi-million-dollar dude. He makes a lot of money. And had she continued to press forward with those charges, more than likely his fight would have had to be canceled because the PBC cannot, in good faith. I mean, like, they could do it, but in good faith and with good business practice, you'd probably have to cancel the event. The girl said that he did whatever to her, he physically assaulted her, whatever the case is, and then she turns around and says it didn't actually happen, that she made the story up. She didn't make the story up. She didn't lie on him. Whatever she said happened, happened. But the problem with this is that if she continues with her story that he did whatever to her, the fight's going to get canceled, and we're talking about, potential millions, and not even potential, definitely millions going down the drain. 10, 15 million, whatever. Jim, I don't know what he makes. I'm just making up numbers, but let's say $10 million. It's a lot of money. After he paid his fees and everybody else that he owes, he probably walks away with $7 million maybe, which is a great day at the office for 36 minutes of work, and maybe less if you tank knocking people out the way that you do. So he somebody around him or her, whoever, told him, like, yo, you can't do this. You have to withdraw this. You cannot let this go on. Maybe Tank told her, listen, I need you to make this go away, and in return, here is 500,000 cash. I'm just speculating, just making up some shit, but there had to be something in it for her to say that didn't happen. But ultimately, they have a kid together, and anything she does that negatively impacts his dollar will impact hers. So she has to even move calculated in that aspect, where she's got to be like, yo, listen, that's my baby father. He did do whatever he did to me, but I can't move forward with these charges because it's going to mess up the bag, and it's going to mess up the money coming through this household or whatever, my household, his household, whatever. So that's what happened with the first 10 case. Nobody lied on Gervonta. They didn't say that he did something he didn't do. No, he did what he was accused of. But like I said, when that money's on the line and you got to make that case go away to, secure this next bag, then yeah, she's going to say that, oh, he didn't really do it. How do I know? Because I see it all the time. I know so many cases where a woman accuses a man of domestic violence, and then when the feelings come down, like the anger goes down and the love comes back, she doesn't go to court. She'll tell the cops he didn't really do it. I made this up. And we know women protect their abusers. We've seen it all the time. Shit, Tank fans they'll protect their abuser. He abuses his fans regularly, and they protect him. They ride and die for Tank. So it didn't shock me last night when I was watching these live streams or whatever. Like I said, I wasn't tuning in because I'm fans of you niggas. I tuned in because I genuinely want to hear the spin that you guys will put on these situations. And every time, like clockwork, y'all spin these situations in the favor of Gervonta Davis. This time around, I think his luck is going to run out, because what I'm hearing is the young lady that he assaulted in the club, just what I heard, speculation, and her mom is a police officer. I heard that she may have rank somewhere down in Florida, and she's not letting this go. She's pressing forward with this. And maybe one of these facts that I'm saying, maybe they'll come out as just me talking shit. I don't know. This is somebody who I know who has really good information in boxing. They told me that the girl's mom is like some variation of law enforcement. It could not be true. I don't know. But if that's the case, that doesn't bode well for Gervonta either, because yeah, she's going to press forward. And if somebody put their hands on my daughter and I couldn't physically get to them for whatever reason and deal with it myself, yeah, we going to the police. You can call me a cop calling ass nigga all you want. Put your hands on mine and I can't get you the police for, but you going to deal with it. And, when you got a strong family system behind you, there's no real dollar amount that can make that shit go away. So, I'm not saying, that I mean, I guess everybody got a price, right? But, for me, I don't care about the money. If you put your hands on my kid, then you gotta, you have to, you got to deal with that. And however we deal with that, it's going to be dealt with. So yeah, I ain't going to be on here much longer. I'm sitting in the gym parking lot right now, about to go get this work. I ain't going to be on the walking pad on no Thigh Master either. I'm actually going to be getting real work in. No shade to nobody. But to the people that did tune in, the people that will tune in, I fuck with y'all, appreciate y'all. Like I said, I don't do this for the money. I just do this because I be having shit on my mind. And, I can articulate these things rather well. I would do it on the platforms that push this bullshit, but they all got me blocked, so I gotta do it here. Shout out to my guys, my guys who always share spaces with, Frequent Flyer, Claymore Rain, BFTV, all you dudes, y'all definitely inspired me to want to turn this camera on just a little bit more and talk. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off on that one. Hopefully y'all get this message and y'all understand what's being said. Like I said, if Gervonta Davis is gonna be out here doing the shit that he doing to these women, he deserves everything that comes to him. If he's not actively seeking help for his anger issues and his control issues and things like that, then whatever happens to him, he deserves it. So I'm gonna sign off with that. Y'all be cool. Enjoy your day.